Thank you for coming on into the live and sharing your essence with me in this eternal moment of which we all share an inextricable and inexorable part. Thank you for doing your part, for coming on into the live. Let's check out the charts, shall we? Upgrades. So, yeah, as we were looking at this morning, we were holding the 706 region. We started to break down about it once, twice, three times a charm and started to bounce back out of this. The guy that we were talking about that was trapped up here, that they were flirting with giving profits to, just didn't seem to close nor be phased by getting profit. So they could still be coming up to this 2774 region that is unchanged. They nearly went up to this guy up here. I don't know what they're trying to do, but they're not clearing any pools just yet. They went and grabbed these 65 and 45, the 65 million guy real quick. They don't want to pay anyone unnecessarily if they're intending to go to the upside here. They're trying to scare out the majority of longs in the process. But how y'all doing today? Hope you're doing good. Let's take a look at what they've caked below, though. Let's not keep our eyes too focused on what's above. Let's look at what's below too. You do have 215 million. This guy got knocked out as we were talking about the other day, but the other part of the puzzle is down here at 2611. So this could be a possibility of, after they get some of this 50x people, there's no guarantees in life and there's no guarantees in trading, so they could come up to this guy before and then come down to this region. Once again, you are imbalanced by 8.95 billion in long liquidity, but as we did our diligence in the morning time, we did confirm that the juiciness does exist above. Let's look what happened in the last 12 hours. So it looks like they've induced more shorts than longs, although it's pretty even Steven. Hard to glean anything here. Let's go to the 7-day. Down below here we have some at 23,850. Single digits, not that impressive. If you go to higher time frames, I've seen more. Once again, this morning we were talking about how this was caked up, starting to get caked up almost in the double digits. Some of them are in the double digits in billions up here, all paving the way to 30K. Very sparse below as well. Same here, you're sparse below, but starting to pave a narrative to the upside, double digits up above, all the way to 30K. Down below, single digits, all the way down to the lucky campers down at 19K and below. That's where it starts to get thick, but that's a long ways away, and they'd have to pay a lot to get there. And the larger pools, which we've seen week, day in and day out, starting to build 100 billion at 28K even, 80 billion at 28.4, 59 billion at 28.8, and 73 billion at 29.2, starting to taper beyond that point. 28 and 28.4 not out of the question. We already established that point here on the fib level on this pitch fan that we've been strangely looking at for the last few months. So it's been honoring each of these as it traverses its journey to the edge of it. When it reaches the edge, what's it gonna do? Continue higher? I have no idea. Let's go into the charts. So I was seeing it kind of smooth out nicely here on a 4-hour time frame, and I got an alert on my phone thanks to Momentum Master, and I was able to snag that little bit of shift in momentum here. And yeah, we saw the 4-hour reset in a nice manner. So we attempted to break out, got kicked back into this pattern. We got 20 minutes for the candle close. Can we make it above to these regions, to the fib level at 27,490? The dude that we talked about, it exists here somewhere. Some arbitrary point in time and space. His account lays on the line. will we go get this guy at 27.74, 7.8 rather. Wait, let me zoom in a little bit further. At 27.74, a 25x short guy. If you look at this black line, once again, this immediate stacked up zone is right above us. So I would expect us to come up to here at the very least. And that's it for the liquidity. I think we've done enough to state where it's possibly going. We'll come back and see how it goes. Let's take a look at something else. I think somebody was looking at BNB the other day, and I was talking about it coming up to this region, and I haven't changed it since then. And what do you know? It went up to that to the T. I didn't change a single thing from when they asked about BNB, and it went right there. Boom. We can delete it. It's in the past. Hakuna Matata. So, we've been playing with these fib levels just like BTC. Can we go up to the 1 level on this bullish fib level if you're in the BNB game? This is where we could go if the bullish trend continues. That could be another 7% incoming for that. You guys have anything for me to look at? I'd love to look at some other coins while we're here. Let's look at ETH while we wait. So you got the adaptive just up here at 1893 on the daily time frame. If you were to take the trend-based fib levels and do yourself justice on there like this, we'd have to break above some of these zones we've been struggling at the 706, for example, here at 1822, 1824 rather. Chances are that is a fib level, right? 6-6 region bounce, similar to Bitcoin. Getting that crossover on the 4 and most likely the 6, just like we went over this morning. How about the 8? Starting to get a crossover on the 8. That's not so great. Last time that happened, we went on a very important date to the downside. Does that mean the same could be in store here? Let's see. I'm having fun with this new mic. I like that I can hear myself and I can give myself some pizzazz. It's fun. I can see how people can enjoy this stuff, because I'm going to be doing this anyway, so I might as well do it with a little bit more soliloquy, if you will. Listen to some tunes that I would listen to anyway. So the cloud is quite thick here on ETH, but you are starting to see this slight down curvature. But that happens and it still goes up, so that doesn't really mean the end of the world. You could be refueling the 8 hour on this 50 level for a bounce up. How many times has that happened? Let's see. You did have something like that occur here, but then it reset while it was going up because it most likely forgot the past, which caused it to reset there, and then it went up further. So you could see that kind of go up before it comes down again too. And yeah, let's go ahead. Let's just randomly pick some. One of my dudes is looking at Neo. I'm gonna try to see what Neo's about. Neo hourly 4 hour and 15 reset. Let's take a look at Neo, shall we? Hourly is overbought. 4 hours still wants to rip. So you want to see that 15-minute kind of chill out for a bit. See how it's going to break out. It looks like we already missed that play. Yeah, this has already run its course, but you'd be waiting for like the 15-minute to flag out at some point, or the hourly to come down. So it would likely come up to a different region to settle the 15-minute, and then if you can reset the 15-minute, then you could probably see higher values. But if you come back down into here, you'd ideally want to see the hourly reset in some fashion to get back in. It's already missed the boat. We should have got it when it was the 15-minute was low down here. Missed the timing on that. Let's see what you guys have for me. High. Let's take a look at high. What's up, Borg? Hope you're doing well. Glad to see you in the chat. Ooh, looks like it's similar to what Neo was before it broke out just there. You see what I mean? Like, let's go back to Neo and go there. Neo broke out. High. Breakout. Looks kind of similar, no? Shoulder, head, shoulder. All right, so hourly is low, 4 hours low, 15-minute is getting overbought slightly, 5-minute is in a decent spot. You're at the weighted and adaptive in your favor at the bottom of the K hole here on the hourly time frame. I already like what I'm seeing here. It's kind of a rounded out bottom, handle-esque dragon, if you will, from my loading screen. Kind of shoulder, head, shoulder. Yeah, this is looking good. Juicy. So if we go to the regression trend here, we can see that. 2 clicks, you don't need to fool around with it. You can do that. Boom, diddly boom, and then take that to the upside. And then we just see what the trend base fib level is saying. If we go down to there. So ideally you want to get above this 236 level and hold it to see these regions occur. Don't you love like having like a nice, you know, kind of mapped out zone that gives you the nice levels? So you'd want to go kind of up to here and hold it to see more upside. So that is high. 244 would be your region. So that would be from where we're at, you know, a 3-4% gain and holding it for it to maintain. If we go to the Momentum Master B, you had bullish divergence hidden on the money flow and the RSI. As we talked about, the money flow came beneath the RSI, which likes to gravitate back up to the RSI. Now it's getting above the RSI. So unless the RSI can make its way to meet the money flow, there could be it coming down at some point. Although you're getting that green vector candle of in interest coming in, and the Williams is in your favor here on the hourly as well. So the hourly play could be good to go from this point forward. So you could just play the hourly / 4-hour continuation idea and monitor these levels as you see fit, like so. So you get some sort of resistance, breakout, retap the channel in some fashion, and you're gone. That's high. Good spot on high. That was a nice idea. The daily is getting overbought though, so you could be seeing some sort of double top vibes. Let's go to the daily really quick. Not really. The daily's way up here. So you could make a run up to the adaptive before you get a bearish retest down. The cloud is kind of thinning and curving in such a manner that it might want to go up. The volume on here is scant, which causes the cloud to expand in a dramatic fashion, unlike Bitcoin, but the rules should still apply. And that is high. Let's take it higher, baby. Let's go higher. Just like you break through the cloud, you come back, you kiss, and you continue. You could come up to this adaptive too. I'm liking it. Thanks for sharing. Anything else? Let's just pick a random coin, shall we? Let's just go Ajax. So Ajax is oversold on the 4-hour, oversold on the 5, 15, 1 hour, getting low. 6-hour is in a spot as well. So is the 12-hour time frame is coming down in a resetting manner. So I bet you that was a 618 bounce. Let's test the theory. Let's go. No, it was a 706 bounce. So the wicks and the low liquidity kind of make it a deeper retrace. Alright, so for the bullish idea here on this daily time frame of this last impulse retrace idea, the 236 would put you at 0.45493 on AGIX. If you reset the 12-hour in a manner where you hold this level, you could see these ideas up here occur. Let's go into a lower time frame, try to map it out a little bit more nicely. You are getting the baselines above the price here, not really keen on seeing that on the 12-hour here. The cloud is kind of remaining flat without thinning. You could come down to this level on the 12-hour time frame for AGIX. If you go to the 6 getting a shoulder head and possibly shoulder, you get the crossover with the baselines above price, showing the momentum to the downside, possibly coming down to here to the cloud as well, which also coincides with the 12. So far, that's two areas of interest there. Then you go to the 4-hour. 4-hour is oversold, possibly double topping, getting some momentum to the downside. The Williams is crossover, kind of pouring out onto you to suppress this down from expressing itself. So with the 4, 6, and 12, that's making it more likely it's coming down to these levels. This also happens to be the adaptive. If you don't hold this cloud here, the hourly is getting oversold. You're seeing this slight volume interest step in here on the cumulative volume time frame delta here. Some volume is starting to enter in, but not on a significant manner. On the hourly time frame, so the hourly time frame is getting low but could come lower. So you could see that area of interest down at this zone. Does this coincide? This is a BPR fair value gap by the looks of it. What is a BPR? Balanced price range fair value gap. That's when it goes down and comes up immediately, and this rise becomes a balanced price range fair value gap. They don't trade beneath that point after that point. So let's go to a lower time frame to see if there's any other zone in there. How fast was their move up from here? Yeah, it looks like that was a fair value gap from this point on the 15-minute. So you could mark that off and go to a lower time frame. And this can adjust down because it did trade with that wick over there. So that would be your precision zone. And technically, if you go to if you look at the wicks too, then this would be right to there. So yeah, that coincides with that zone we were just talking about on those other time frames. If we go to the fib levels here, there is a fair value gap down here on the daily, but you could be seeing it somewhere in this region for AGIX. So it comes down and creates this kind of falling wedge dragon looking thing. It's almost like a inverse Eve Adam double bottom Eve Adam handle. What do I mean by that? You know, these are my favorite anyway. I love like Adam and Eve, but how fast does it go down is the question. And that's Ajax. So anyone got anything to share? Anything else? We got, let's go back to BCC real quick. Still holding. Let me delete that guy. So it looks like they're creating a little mini cup and handle, and this is the handle to break out again. Let's go look at what we see on the 5-minute time frame for BTC. We're going to switch to Heikin Ashi now and do the kind of scalp idea. So if you were down here scalping and you saw the cloud thinning and you got this crossover event, let's just imagine you were back in time. All right, you could even do it. Well, here would have been the best place because the baseline would have been beneath you. So you have the baseline beneath price, you got that crossover event, and you would have waited for that non-rejection wick about here. This is a 5-minute time frame. You could possibly go lower than that. I think 4 minutes is what the scalpers in the Discord are about, which would have given you that entry here, and you would have found that entry down right there on the next candle. So you got the crossover event after the thinning cloud started to shift, and then you got that right there and it surged up, and that would have been your scalp. Wham bam, thank you ma'am, take that percent, lock it into as gains, and you would have moved your profit on these candles with no wicks. Now this one you would have moved with no wick here, and it would have knocked you out right there, and you could have considered re-entry. On the 4-minute, it looks like we're flipping the adaptive here. Previous resistance becomes new support, so we could be flipping this adaptive moving average to the upside. We did that with the weighted moving average here, and the cloud's still strong on the 4-minute. 4-minute has come down too in a bullish manner. We go over it before. You have the sideways price action, but the price action resets on the 4 quite nicely. You do have the Williams getting high, but it's starting to make a move, and the moving average here, the MACD, could come up and say what's up to the stochastic and give it its push. But you are getting the crossover event here, and the baseline's above price, kind of saying ease on out. So you're getting that conflicting signal. So you go to the higher time frame and see it's occurring here now too. So this would be where you consider taking profits. At the very minimum, you move your take profit back up, or you can move your stop loss into profit. And that's where you lock in your gains, and it's a win either way. And you go to the 10-minute. Let's see how the 10-minute is doing. 10-minute still might have hope for us. Has yet to cross, so the 10-minute could continue to give us some juice. 15-minute as well. There's your resistance. The hourly cloud, which has turned against us. Shout out to Trayson earlier talking about the bearish retest kiss of the cloud, which faded. Hope you locked in your gains, brother. That was cool. That was a good percent, but he was doing it from way up top too. So I think you were front running it from before. So you got some gains from that. You guys interested in anything else? Give me some coins. Give me something to do. What's ADA been up to? Same kind of dealio. Meeting with resistance on the cloud. Kind of making that shoulder, head, and the shoulder to the upside, just like everything else. Shoulder, head, shoulder. Rounded bottom, cup and handle, adaptive, and weighted below price. Just got that resistance of the hourly to burst through, but you got the 4 hour in your favor here now too. Cross over on the hourly. Some people were talking about Gala. We had this fair value gap up here from back in the day. Looks like it hit it. Let's move it out. And yeah, this is looking nice in the angle in which it's coming down. You got the ATR in your favor here, and the hourly and the 4 hour and the 15 and the 5 are getting kind of low. 4 hour could be better, but let's see what the 4 hour is doing. That's the beauty of the indicator we're using, momentummaster.info, link in the description, is you got these screeners, the multiple time frame screener. You got one down here, and you also have the stochastic health, which appears here, and the stochastic health will give you real-time access to data across 4 time frames in order to help you make a sound decision quickly. So I can see all of the RSI and stochastic RSI right there without having to toggle this necessarily. I only do this to look at the momentum and the bearish divergence and the interactions, really. So it saves you time, so you can screen coins quickly, so you can jump between coins and be your own guru without a guru. So that's the idea. So yeah, this is looking nice on the 4 hour time frame. If this comes down a little bit more, it would be ideal, but everything's looking like it's trying to make a bullish move. Did it get triggered? It looks like it got triggered. We dropped out. Let's go back to Gala. Let's go look at the liquidity. What happened exactly? Did more shorts enter than longs? Who did they go back for? They went and got that guy. Did they go and get this guy? 45 million? 27 even? Not yet. So they might go back and get this guy next. Alright, Gala. Where was that? We got a nice strong cloud here on Gala. Only thing is this not being in your favor, but if you look at the 6, let's see how the 6 is doing. Getting that crossover with the 8. Most likely like everything else, not quite yet. 12 hour. Just getting the move, rejection at the possible at the adaptive, unless it can get above it and claim it. The hourly time frame cloud beneath the cloud starting to thin, could get a bearish retest and drop down if the hourly doesn't make a play here. It's kind of meandering, wondering what to do. The 4 hour is trying to suppress it. If we turn on the multiple time frames stochastic, we can see that in action. So you have the hourly time frame trying to play out, and the 4 hour says nope, and it comes down, and then started to curve it a little bit with the 30-minute pushing up here. So the 4 hour is starting to curve slightly, but it already kind of pushed off the hourly to get that push. So this could come back down with the hourly, and then this could come down after it. Let's just look at SHIB for somebody. KuCoins. Not really. No thank you. Just off the initial screening. So it looks like the 4-minute drop down, the cross down event started to play to fruition. This is why when you see these cross over and you get the baselines above price, it's time to consider it being done and look for a better entry. We are getting that kiss on the cloud, but most likely that is a red candle. This is a PVSRA. It's 200% of the previous 10 candles combined in volume. Can you check LQTY? Sure thing. LQTY. LQTY. Is this liquidity? What does it stand for? Liquidity. So you got the 4 hour oversold, 1 hour oversold, getting oversold, the 15-minute overbought, but we didn't really go anywhere. So what's that about? Let's see. Let's just go to see what happened with the 15 getting overbought without going anywhere. So you had bullish divergence on the money flow, and then we started to get overbought, then got rejected at the cloud here, but you're getting this buyback wick attempting to hold the cloud. Inverted head and shoulders potential with that bullish divergence. Let's try to see a little bit more by going back to the higher time frames immediately. I just wanted to inspect that 4 hour, that 15 really quick. So it looks like you had like a 7 time frames oversold up here and it continued lower. Let's see why that was. Let's do some fib work, shall we? So we'll take these off because I like to see the wicks properly. Once again, you should toggle things on and off like a predator vision so that you can see infrared, you can see through walls, you can see whatever you need to. And we'll assume that's the bottom and we'll just drag the wick if it changes. So we're at the 618 right now for liquidity. So you could see this pocket, see some sort of bounce here. And if you get up similar to what we were looking at before, if you can get up above this 236, you could see these regions and higher. This would put you at 19% just to get up to that range, though. Still, that's 90%. And this thing looks like it's fresh off the press since February. So this is a new project, and it looks like it's staying above previous points in the charts. Like here, it's trying to test the previous high zone. So this is an interesting thing in this region for liquidity, or whatever. I'm guessing that's what it stands for, liquidity. So this is your parallel channel idea. Rounded bottom. And you had the failed rising sun. You're getting to this region. Everything's looking nice on the 4 hour. We can't look above that because it's brand new, so we just go to the 1 hour for this. Let's look at the liquidity in here. It's a micro cap of over 10 million in volume. So it's a decent little micro cap to play around with, perhaps. But you're in that golden pocket region. It's all about your risk management and where you would see a potential idea for entry. Once again, the 15-minute got overbought and didn't see the momentum take you so far, but we were seeing at that initial stage when we went to inspect it, that inverted head and shoulder idea, if it holds that 618 region. So it's all about how this 15-minute gets that support, and this is how you have the interactions between the time frames. You have the 30-minute coming up to try to lift the spirits of the 5 and the 15 to the upside. So this is where you see these double top scenarios. While the 30 minutes playing out, it curves the 15. The 15-minute came back down, and the 30-minute is trying to say, hold up there. And if the 15-minute surpasses that idea, it'll start to curve the 30, and the 30 will join it. Just like pouring water, a garden hose onto a garden hose, and you cause the water to curve. It's flow. It's the laminar flow of momentum and price action over the time frames. So you can turn these on at your leisure. It doesn't need to remain on at all times. Once again, it's a toggleable idea. But you did get bearish divergence here on the RSI that is attempting to play out here on the 15-minute. How well can it be negated is the question. We did have the previous bullish divergence, so is it going to get bought up here with that inverted head and shoulder idea to the upside? You are in that area of interest, that pocket of interest, if you will. Thanks for sharing. We'll come back and check on that in the future. Liquidity. You are beneath the cloud here on the 6 hour, but once again, it's so fresh that the cloud only starts from here. So it's still trying to find its way. Let's go to the 4 hour, see what it looks like on this new coin. Cloud thinning up here coincides with the retest to the 236 region. Thanks for sharing. No problem. Let's go back to BTC. So yeah, let's just do it fresh, shall we? We'll see what BTC is doing. We'll reassess the scenario here. As we stated in the morning time, my time, that the crossover events on the 4 and the 6 were something to take note, and we were worried about what the 8 hour was going to do. And the 8 hour did officially close with a cross down event, and we said, what does that mean? Well, the last time that was pointed out back here, we did see a severe downside occur, and even here it just kind of tapered down. And so if you start to see this on the 8 hour and above, it's something to pay mind to for sure. So we could be seeing the fatigues, double top scenarios of some sort of downward move, even though we do have those pools we talked about on the higher time frames up here. They have left them alone in the past, just like here. They left 160 billion on the table before they retraced down, and then they let it cake up thicker before they came back to it. Not everything has to happen instantly. always got to paint both sides of the story. I still see this as thicker by comparison. If I just say I'm starting here and now, I have nothing more than just this price action to look at and equidistant on both sides. Which one is more colorful? Up here, and this has a thick bar up here. So just looking at these two regions, I would select that one, me personally, but could be completely wrong. I still stick by the idea that what the liquidity was suggesting until otherwise shown. But these crossover events are noteworthy. The hourly time frame getting overbought here on BTC. We didn't really see so much increase. We just got a rejection on the cloud here. Only 2%. We are holding the baselines nicely here on the hourly time frame. If we go to the Heikin Ashi, we can see if those are holding nicely. They are. So as long as you can hold these baselines, they can slowly guide you to the promised land, at least for one more time before those cross down events on the higher time frame start to permeate on through. And if they reclaim these, then they didn't technically go below them. Anything else to take a look at before we call it a day? We just wanted to do a brief stream before we might even do it tomorrow morning. Now that we're getting in the groove, I can maybe increase to at least do the open or something. Just make it shorter. So the possible rejection on the hourly cloud here, which is not looking favorable for the long idea unless we can capture a candlestick securely above it. The 15 doing its damnedest to maintain these levels right here, right now. You are overbought on 4 time frames as indicated here. Five-minute looks like it's resetting nicely. So the 5 minutes starting to make the idea to continue. You got the kiss on the cloud. Are you going to see something? We do have the cross down event here. Unless you can reclaim and break out of this trend line. This could be kablooey for that idea, and another reset of the hourly could be in store. The daily time frame closes in about 12 hours, so we have the 12-hour candle in 10 hours time coinciding with the daily. So what does the 12-hour candle want to do? Is it going to drop down? Is it going to go up? This 12 and 22-hour candle close is going to be the thing that closes out the week. So how will the week be is the question. We'll see if we can get up early and try to give you some sort of update of some kind, if possible. Hopefully Rainier will be out there for you. push above that cloud. We'll just wait for the 15 to close. If you don't mind watching price action with me, I don't mind just sitting here too. Sometimes I just stare at the charts with nothing to say, nothing to do. I'll just open up a random page to the Tao Te Ching, shall we? While we wait. Random page number 97. It's the kanji for old. Let's see what it says. The ancient Taoist masters did not enlighten others, but left them simple-minded. People are unruly when they're too clever. Hence, clever rulers are a detriment to the state. Governance without cleverness brings virtue. Understand these true principles and know the pattern. Knowing the eternal pattern is called mysterious virtue. Mysterious virtue runs deep indeed, runs far indeed, goes out, and like all things returns, completing the great harmony. Interesting. Rivers and seas can master 100 valleys because they lower themselves and thus become 100 valleys kings. Therefore, those desiring a position above others must speak humbly. Those desiring to lead must follow. So it is the sage dwells above, yet causes the people no burden, remains first, yet causes the people no hindrance. That is why the world rejoices, exalts, but never wearies, because one does not contend, the world does not contend in return. Candle closed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you for coming on into the live and sharing your essence with me in this eternal moment of which we all share an inextricable and inexorable part. Thank you for doing your part, for coming on in today. I'll try to do my best to come on in as short but sweet as possible and pack the fire each time. So keep the fire lit and let's keep it lit together. Peace.